Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would share how I manage my blood sugars on a rest day compared to a training day, because most of my vlogs recently have been training days and rest days do look a bit different because of the higher insulin resistance. And the most different bit about my rest days is my mornings. So my training days are quite rushed. I want to get to the gym as quickly as possible, a lot to get in the morning, whereas my rest days I take a lot more slowly. I set my alarm an hour and a half early so that I can enjoy my morning routine. So my rest day morning routine is half an hour of reading. I absolutely adore reading in the mornings. It helps me feel nice and calm, and I also just love reading novels. I'm currently reading Philippa Gregory books, which I adore. I shared these in my last vlog. But yeah, half an hour to do that to just set me up nice and calmly for the day, and then I go in and do my skincare routine before heading for a 45-minute walk. These walks are so important to me on my rest days to help with that insulin resistance. And then obviously breakfast. Sometimes I walk and then I have my breakfast, and sometimes I have my breakfast and then I walk. It totally just depends on how hungry I am in the morning and what my blood sugars are when I wake up.
What we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Okay, so obviously you've seen I am slightly high this morning, and I've been dipping in and out of the top end of my range all night last night. Really sorry if you can hear that motorbike, it's obnoxiously loud for 7 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, basically I had my COVID vaccine a week ago today, and I'm going to talk a bit more about how that affected me later. But the main thing is that it massively increased my insulin resistance. It took me a long time to work out how much basal I needed overnight. I was gradually increasing. I was still having overnight highs. It ended up on, I think it was 8 units more than my usual, and also slightly more Levemir during the day as well, but nowhere near as much extra during the day as overnight. And I've been on those same rates for a whole week, even though I've only felt ill for 2 days. But my insulin resistance had still stayed high. And then yesterday daytime, towards the end of the day, I had like 3 hypos in the space of 3 hours. It just kept dropping and wouldn't come back up while I was literally sat doing nothing. Yeah, it was quite obvious to me that my insulin sensitivity has come back post-vaccine, and I've heard a lot of people say that rather than having like a gradual return to their insulin sensitivity just like overnight, they went from having to have loads more extra basal units to then like dropping like crazy overnight and having to go straight back to their original basal units, like their pre-vaccine basal units straight away. So I was fed up of going low, and so I didn't want to like play it safe, and I just literally went from having my 8 extra to having my normal basal units again last night. And to be honest, like I only stayed between about 8 and 10 the whole night, so nowhere near like massively high. So I'm really happy with that, even though it does mean that my time in target isn't quite as high today because of last night. I spent a bit of time over my target range, and then also this morning you see it did peak quite a bit. So I think, yeah, I'm not quite back to my normal insulin sensitivity, but I think I will be within the day. So today I'm going to do my usual rest day Levemir, and not my vaccine rest day Levemir, because it wasn't too much of a difference. It was only an extra 2 units, and yesterday I was going low all the time, and then as you've seen, I've had 1 unit of Nova Rapid just to counteract that 10, bring it back down slightly more into range, because I decided this morning I want to have my breakfast after my walk. I'm not too hungry, so I just want to bring it down slightly while I'm sat reading and before I go on my walk. And then when I go on my walk, that will hopefully bring it down even more, and then by the time I get home I can then have my breakfast insulin, have a bit of a longer pre-bolus and have my breakfast. But yeah, that's where my insulin's at today. Okay, so back from my walk, that was nice and relaxing, just listened to a podcast, walked for about 45 minutes. I'm quite lucky because my current job, I don't have a set start time as long as I start before 10, so I can kind of take my mornings quite chill, which is nice. So it's 10 to 9 now, and I'm gonna have my breakfast. So I'm just gonna do my scan. So 8.6, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that. I didn't really come down all that much, but I am starting to come down now. So I think maybe I did need a tiny bit more Levemir last night. I have had my morning Levemir now, so hopefully that should kick in soon. I'm going to do 7.5 units for my breakfast pre-bolus. I've got my protein oats as always. I still have my protein oats, even if it's not after a workout, because I absolutely love them. They fill me up so nicely, and yeah, they're delicious. So I'm gonna have them. It's about 50 grams of carbs, and my ratio is 1 to 7, so that obviously would be 7 units, but I'm gonna have, I think I'm gonna have 8 actually. I'm gonna have 8 units of insulin for a unit of correction. And yeah, I'll catch up with you soon. Oh, and I'm gonna do a 20 to 25 minute pre-bolus. Minding my business, trying to work, and then I've gone up to 9.5. I didn't have maybe quite as much of a pre-bolus as I wanted to. I wanted to do nearer 25 minutes, maybe half an hour, because I was slightly elevated. But then I did have to hop on a meeting at 9:30, so I had to eat. And I have already had 8 units of insulin, which is a lot for me in the mornings. But I also want a coffee, so I'm going to have another 1.5 units correction, so 1 unit for correction, half a unit for coffee, because I do spike quite a lot from caffeine, and I will wait like half an hour before drinking my coffee. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not hopeful for today, which is annoying. I had 93% in target yesterday, and then that overnight shot me down to like 65, and it wasn't even that high, it was just like annoyingly out of range. So fingers crossed for me, I might end up needing 2 more units of Levemir as well. We'll see. Right, it's been 50 minutes now since I did my 1.5 unit correction. And still 8.9. So like I've barely been in range since I've got up today. So it is 10:45, and this is kind of my cut-off point for if I decide whether I'm going to do more Levemir or not, because if I leave it any later than this, then it's going to run into my nighttime Levemir and just mess all of that up. So because I have been staying at the top end of my range, even though I've done like nearly 10 units of insulin this morning. No, I've done more than that, because I've done over 10 units of insulin this morning, which is abnormally high for me. So I think I do still need those extra 2 units. It's having a vaccine, it just like really messed me up, because I'm having to like rearrange my basal units all over again, and like I have to do this every other month when I have my period, because my periods are bi-monthly, which is like nice, but having to redo my basal units every other month with that is annoying enough, and then having this and having to redo my basal units again, it's like every single time I have a situation like this where my basal rates fluctuate, I just get so frustrated that I'm still waiting for a pump, because once you've done your Levemir injection, that's it. It's done for the day. Like, I know I'm doing 2 extra now, but that's only because I've been paying really close attention and have noticed that I need the extra Levemir. Whereas if I found out later in the day, I couldn't do anything about it. Or if you've done too much Levemir, then you can't take it back. So you always have to play on the cautious side, then end up running high. Whereas if you had a pump, you could just change your basal rates as you go. And like my overnights, I had 3 nights after my vaccine where I kept increasing my Levemir each night, and it still wasn't enough to keep me in range. And I'd wake up at 2 a.m. high after having corrected already at midnight, and by 2 a.m. it's then too late to give extra Levemir, because then it would run into my daytime Levemir. Like, whereas if I had a pump, anytime I woke up at 2 a.m. high, yes, I've still already had those few hours where I've been high, but I could recognise that, okay, my correction hasn't worked, now I need to increase my basal rates, and then I could have gone the rest of the night in range, and it just makes me so angry because I've been waiting a year, and like I know that's not necessarily realistic because we've had the pandemic and I also moved, so I had to move diabetes clinics, so that obviously holds up the process. But even then I've been waiting like 7 months at my current clinic, and it just makes me frustrated because I've had at least like 20 situations where I've had to change my basal rates and been waiting for the pump, and just every time it makes me so annoyed because I just think how much easier this would be, how much it would save my stress, how much it would save just my highs and low blood sugars, and be able to, like, I would live my life. But that was a ridiculously long rant. I'm going to go and do these 2 units of Levemir, and hopefully I'm more in range for the rest of the day. I'm currently at 63% in target, which is not ideal, but at least it's not big highs and big lows. I've just been between my target, my upper range, by the way, is set at 8.5. So literally, it's just the fact that I've been between like 8.5 and 10 the whole day. So it's 11 a.m. and I haven't been able to have my coffee yet because of high blood sugars, but I'm finally 7 point something. So I'm gonna have my coffee. I never used to be a daily coffee gal until I started working from home, and now I just find them so comforting, and now just like that I've become addicted. Oh well, bye. Okay, so I have actually been feeling a little bit low the last half an hour, so I think that extra 2 units of Levemir, oh my goodness, my Libra app is so slow. I think those extra 2 units of Levemir kicked in pretty quick. So I'm about to have lunch, and yeah, I'm 4.3, and I don't know if you can see, but that like drop was pretty quick. That was literally when I had my Levemir. So I think I just need more basal rates. So I'm currently only 60% in target because of that sticky morning, but hopefully it's smooth sailing from here. So I'm a bit on the lower end. I'm gonna have some rice cakes with vegetable sticks and hummus for my lunch, and some tangerines for dessert. 38 grams of carb, but I'm on the lower end, and I am going to go for a walk after lunch. As always, I like every single work day do a half an hour to eat and half an hour to walk to help with my insulin sensitivity, and it's especially important on my rest days. So that would be 4.5 units of insulin, but I'm going to take off half because I'm on the lower end, and have 4 units total. But I'm only going to do 2.5 pre, and then another 1.5 after my walk. But yeah, because of my walk I like to split it, and I don't normally split it by quite so much. I would normally do 3 units and then 1 later, but because I am on the lower end, even though I'm knocking off half a unit from my total dose, I do also want to knock off half a unit for the pre-bolus and tack it on to the end of the bolus, because yeah, I don't want to go low before my walk. And then I'm only going to do like a 5-minute pre-bolus because I'm quite close to my lower end. So yeah, it's probably going to take me 5 minutes just to put my lunch together because I've already cut up all my vegetable sticks. Like I said, I always pre-prep all of that so that it doesn't take me too long to make my lunch on the day. And then I just got to put some tuna on some rice cakes. So yeah, going to prep that now. 5-minute pre-bolus. Hopefully it will be okay. Okay, so that was a nice, refreshing walk. I am just going to do my scan now that I'm back home because it's going to be time for my second lunchtime dose. So a 6.4 and steady. I don't know if you can see that, it's quite leveled off quite a lot. So I'm going to do my extra. The thing is, I do have 1.5 units left to take. However, I haven't gone up that much. You know what, I'm going to do the 1.5 units, then if I go low, I'll just have a snack. Yeah, we'll see how it goes that way.
Oh, I shouldn't love you, but I might. 'Cause your lips, they taste like cherry wine. You're no good for me. We're so bittersweet, but I still want you. I do. Baby, can't you see what you do to me? I just can't resist you. You got me drunk in love, I can't sleep. I need to sober up from this dream.
am super hungry today, like bottomless pit for a stomach hungry. So I had some popcorn earlier and I'm now gonna have these Belgian chocolate rice cake minis, and they are 13 grams of carb. Oh, I'm just gonna put you down here again. They're 13 grams of carb and I've had 1.5 units of insulin for them, and I'll just quickly show you what they look like. I eat rice cakes in so many different forms. I have salted caramel rice cakes, chocolate rice cakes, cheese rice cakes, packets of sour cream and chive rice cakes, dark chocolate coated rice cakes, and now I found these like mini rice cakes that have chocolate on them, and you get 6 in a pack. And yeah, they help me satisfy my chocolate craving, which I have all day every day. So I've just scanned and I am 4.8. Like I said, I'm really hungry today, so we're gonna have a fairly early dinner. It's like 5:45. And we've got risotto. Well, it's a mixture between risotto and paella because we wanted to make paella and then we only had risotto rice. So to be honest, I don't know the technical differences. But anyway, we've got risotto, which is 48 grams of carb, and my ratio is 1 unit to 11 grams in the evening. So it'd be kind of just under 4.5 units of insulin. I am going to go on a walk shortly-ish after dinner. So I'm just going to do 3 units before dinner, and I'm on the lower end, so I'm going to do like a 10-minute pre-bolus, and then I will head out for my walk and then take the rest of it later. I am so excited for this. So we actually made it a couple of days ago and then did a double portion, so all we had to do was microwave it, which was nice because I've been so hungry. We've got risotto rice, a bit of chorizo, chicken, onions, peppers, and some peas, and obviously like season. Oh my gosh, it's getting steamy. Obviously like stuff to flavour it too, but James made it, so to be honest I can't tell you too much more than that. Okay, so it's only 6:30 and I didn't finish dinner that long ago, but I'm really hungry today, like really hungry. So I'm gonna have my dessert already, which I think might be a mistake because I'm gonna be hungry again later, but we'll see. I'm gonna have this mango and passion fruit kefir yogurt, and I'm gonna have it with a tiny bit of my homemade chocolate granola. So all of that together is 33 carbs. I haven't gone for my walk yet, but I did scan and I'm 4.9. So the 33 carbs would be 3 units of insulin, but I'm on the lower end of my range, even though I have just finished my dinner, so it probably hasn't all digested. But I am gonna go on my walk in like 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm gonna have 2 of my 3 units, which means I then have another 1 unit for that to take later after my walk, plus 1.5 from dinner. So I have 2 to 2.5 units to take after my walk. But yeah, I'm just gonna take the insulin for that, wait about 5 minutes, and then eat this yogurt because I am so freaking hungry. Even with all of those units knocked off, still won't love my walk because diabetes hates me. But I only dropped like just below the 4s, so I didn't take anything for it. I didn't have any dextrose or anything, so I was like, I'm just gonna get home and chill because I know the carbs are gonna digest and then I'm gonna like shoot up anyway. So I thought I'd just let my digestion do the work. But I got a bit of a headache because of the low. I'm also really tired today, and I don't know, I just feel like walking when you're hyper is the worst feeling ever. It's like walking but like 10 times the effort. I don't know how to explain it. If you don't know, you don't know. But so I'm just at home. James is out for the evening. He's playing football. I was gonna maybe do some yoga tonight because I have the flat to myself, but I'll see how I'm feeling because I'm pretty tired. It's been like half an hour since I got home, so I'm gonna scan and see where we are at because I think I might need the rest of my insulin now. Whoa! Okay, so my Libra app has gone awful, so it scans and then it won't get rid of that little box, and I have to press cancel. It's so annoying. But yeah, look, you can see. Can you see? There. Sorry, it's probably back to front for you, but here is where I am now. I dropped a bit. It didn't register my low on there because sometimes if I go low and then rise quickly afterwards, it doesn't register the full low on my Libra, which is annoying. So yeah, so I'm 8.2 and going up, so that, like I said, didn't need any extras. That bounced back quickly. So what I'm going to do is, it's also my time for my basal, so I am going to have the other 2.5 units that I had left from my desserts and dinner, have my basal, and so pre-vaccine I was on 28 units of Levemir in the evening, so I'm going to do 30 and just have those extra 2 because, like I said, last night I went back to my normal Levemir and I was still a bit high overnight, and I did need the extra Levemir during the day today as well, so I don't want to risk another night being out of range. So yeah, I'm going to go with 30 and do the extra 2, and hopefully that does the trick. Oh my god guys, I 100% do not have 30 units of Levemir before bed. I get so confused because I've been diabetic for 16 years and my whole life I have always had more Levemir for my evening dose than in my morning dose, until literally, like, I want to say Christmas time, it randomly flipped. I started getting really resistant during the daytime and it's like completely swapped, and so I'm always used to thinking of the bigger number as being before bed, but it's now the opposite of that. And it also doesn't help that my obviously, so now I have less in the evening, and it doesn't help that it's exactly 10 less than the morning, so my Levemir rates are exactly 10 apart, so it's really easy to mix them up. But luckily, I remembered before I injected, I literally dialed up 30 units of insulin, and then I was like, wait a minute, no. So I actually needed 20 units of Levemir, which I have now taken, as well as those 2.5 correction units. My timing target for today is like just under 70%, which is really frustrating because during the day, I've actually been in range pretty much the whole day, other than that slight low after my walk, which didn't even register on my Libra anyway, since I brought down the high that was left over from last night. So since about 11 AM, when I finally got in range after last night, I've been in range all day. So it's annoying because like all of the effort that I put in today, and it's only like 67 or 8%, but that doesn't matter as long as I know that I've put in my all and I know that I've had good numbers today, and hopefully the 20 units of Levemir will keep me steady overnight tonight. But yeah, I decided I am going to do my yoga because, like I said, I've been really busy at the moment, and not only am I lacking on sleep, I'm also lacking on self-care, and I really enjoy yoga. Not only does it help me like stretch out, but also just like calms my mind. Like I mentioned in my last video how I've been meditating before bed. If I have the time to, I also really like to do a longer like yoga meditation. So I'm doing like a relaxing yoga, not like a workout yoga. Just one that I found on YouTube, which you can't see because it's not going to focus, but I've just, yeah, popped it on the TV. I'm gonna do that now, relax, get ready for bed, have a chill evening, and to be honest, I'm probably just gonna go to sleep straight after this because it's already like, it's 8:45, this yoga is 20 minutes. By the time I'm cleaning my teeth, it's gonna be near enough my bedtime for today because I'm pretty tired. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. And yeah, have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!